Swole Benji here. This is my Raya Lucaria Crystal Cave guide. I'm going to teach you how to get through this cave and kill the boss because it can be quite an annoying early game dungeon if you're not prepared for it. But there are a few things that I want to share with you before you get started in this dungeon. And the first thing is, how do you get here? Well, I have a video just for that. The link will be in the description. And this is what the video will look like. Infinite Early Smithing Stones is the title. Again, the link will be in the description. Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel Elden Ring location guide. Alright, so be on the lookout for that. But next up, you're going to need the proper weapons. Now, the boss is made of crystal, which means you want to smash it with a mace or a flail. I recommend the flail because it is unparryable. Not that the boss actually does any parries. It's just all around a better weapon to use. And you're going to use this video to find the flail. It's available at the very start of the game. It's called Where to Get the Whetstone Knife and Flail in Elden Ring. So go ahead and check that one out because, again, you can get that at the very start of the game. There's no reason not to get it. Then you're going to want a little bit of levels. If you come in here on a fresh character, you're going to get one-shotted, and that's no fun. That's just a big waste of time. So I have a video that explains how you can get to level 70 plus in just 1 hour of playing. Even less if you're more efficient with your time than I am. But this essentially teaches you how to grind an infinitely respawning dragon for 50,000 souls every time. So check that one out. Again, link is in the description. And then finally, with your flail, you're going to want wild strikes, which, hey, guess what? I have a video too about that. Go check that one out. It's on the channel. Its link is in the description. Go ahead and watch it if you don't know where wild strikes is. You could technically do it without wild strikes. It's just not as fast. And this thing is, you get this along the way. It is along the way to this dungeon, so you might as well just pick it up, okay guys? And with that said, let's get started with the guide. Alright, let's get into how to navigate this dungeon as quick as possible so we can just run up and smash the boss. Now, the only thing that I have really is the knight set. You can buy this from the round table and the flail. That's all I'm really using. Everything else is bare bones. So here's how to navigate the dungeon. We're going to take a left into this doorway from the Grace. Then we're going to follow this cave all the way through, and we are going to take a hard right, and we're just running past all the mobs, by the way. We're going to run down these sets of stairs, and this is a shortcut elevator we're going to activate for ourselves later in case we die. So we're going to run through this corridor now. Alright. And again, you can sneak and crouch and sneak past a lot of these guys so you don't aggro. Then we're going to go down. And then we're going to go down again, and you see this lit up hallway with the elevator that leads down. We're just going to immediately step on this button. Alright, so we've stepped on the button. Sometimes these guys will follow you into the elevator and you have to do like a little Metal Gear Solid elevator fight, if anyone knows that game or was around back then. Don't worry about the secrets. When we beat the boss, we're going to get a bell bearing. A very important step to this is to hit this button so it gets sent right back up, okay? The reason why you want to do this is because if you die or fail, you want that elevator to be reset for you for your next attempt. Very important stuff. Now from here, we can activate that elevator shortcut that I just showed you earlier. It's a little bit tricky, but we're going to walk, or run rather, across this platform. Don't be afraid, just charge forth. Alright, these guys are going to start casting spells, but we're going to run up here and activate this elevator by hitting the button and stepping off of it. I'm taking some spell hits. That might have killed you if you're a new player. I don't recommend coming here without at least a few level ups. And I should be rolling, but I am a fat roller. Okay. From here, you're gonna just run from these guys. They're gonna start dropping from the ceiling, and you're just gonna run into the boss room. We're gonna actually run into another room because we do need to go a little bit deeper down. Just continue running to the left here. Run down the stairs, chug some Estus. The boss is extremely easy, so don't worry about having a health pull for the boss. You're gonna run down these stairs, down this hallway. We are almost to the boss. And again, this is a very, very easy boss. We're gonna take another elevator down. Alright, and then we got an invader. Oh man, and we're dead. We are absolutely dead. That's the boss room. But hey, we have that shortcut elevator, so I'm gonna show that off now. I wasn't paying attention to the game and fell off. But okay, again, just you can skip ahead if you want, but we're gonna the route changes now that we have that shortcut elevator, okay? Because now all we have to do is we still take this little right, okay? But instead of going through this corridor like we did earlier, and I almost died again, you see that? We're just gonna take the elevator down. Now, the important step is when this elevator hits the bottom floor, I'm also crouching so that I don't get any aggro, and someone fell to their death. See, these guys would aggro if I'm not crouching. When this button pops back up, I'm going to hit it again so I can reset our shortcut. And that is super cool. There we go. So let's begin. We're almost back to where we are. Very important to run through these corridors or those marionette monsters will attack us, and they have a very high DPS. So just outrun them. They'll eventually get bored and stop following you. And they're already shooting arrows into my butt. That's why we wear the plate armor. Otherwise that might have knocked me down if I was naked. Again, I don't recommend coming here without armor and if you're naked. Alright, running through the corridor once again. And now we actually have to reset this elevator, because we died on the descent. Don't worry, that mob that was there that decided to drill our face and push us off, he won't be there because the mobs do reset after you die. And now we can go down peacefully once again. I'm going to go ahead and chug more of this potion here. Very nice. Alright, so when this elevator touches bottom, again, the same thing. In case we die in the boss room, just touch the button so that it resets in case we die. And we are now at the boss room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon some wolves. Then I'm gonna do a little pre-buffing here, okay? I've got videos on my channel on how to do these pre-buffs. So I'm gonna cast Golden Vow. Very cool. And then I'm going to cast Flame Grant Me Strength, which will scale with our weapon enchant here in a bit. Then I'm going to swap to my flail and cast Blood Flame Blade. Very cool. I'm going to chug a Mana Estus. And then I'm going to switch to wolves, and we are going to summon some wolves so that they chomp on her. And all I'm going to do is run up and just hold L2 on her. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to wild strikes her down. She's going to throw some little discs out, and then we're just going to bash her. And she's going to hit me, and that's fine, but I have poise from the armor and from wild strikes, and you can see that she is just going to absolutely die here. And there she is now, stance broken, and she is shattered. So, now I did take a bit of damage there, so you might have to play a little more cautiously if you're lower leveled, but I do recommend getting a little bit of levels first, pump it into vigor, you know, get enough to be able to wear this. And now we have the Smithing Stone Miner's ball bearing, I don't know what it's exactly called. And all of the items that we skipped in this dungeon, guess what? We can just go purchase them, okay? So now we're going to go to the round table. I'm going to show you how this works, okay? Very simple. You go to the little item vendor skeleton girls. I don't know what their names are. The husks. And they are over here. So we're just going to run. This is the round table, by the way, if you haven't been. You should probably have come here first before doing that dungeon. But we talked to these little skelly girls. They should, you know, maybe they should eat more. Offer a bell bearing, and you offer the Smithing Miner's bell bearing. Don't worry about offering this thing. This is the only place in the game you can offer it to. It's not like there's like an alternate vendor you can do this with. Alright, so what that means is when we go to purchase, now we have the Smithing Stones 1 and 2, and we could purchase an infinite number of these. So if I want to upgrade weapons up to +3 and up to +6, then I just buy a bunch of these, and then I can upgrade as many weapons as I want to +6. And by using that dragon exploit that I shared earlier in the video, you will basically have infinite runes to do this with. Now, we need access to the second part of the world to get the next set of bell bearings, which they're located like kind of up here on the map. I don't have it explored yet, and this is something you can do at the very start of the game and as part of my video series. This guide is actually a mini guide based on a much bigger guide I'm working on. So on this channel, I'm going to teach you how to get that second bell bearing, which you don't have to fight a boss or go through a dungeon. You can just go loot it from a chest and get your weapons to +12 at the very start of the game before you ever fight a boss. It's that easy. I'm going to show you how to do it here on my channel. So guys, I appreciate you watching. I'm Swole Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe, because I make videos every single day here for Elden Ring on this channel. Comment on someone else's comment. Don't just talk to me, talk to each other. And if you're financially stable, please become a channel member. It is $5 a month. The button is right below this video. It's basically the same thing like subbing on Twitch. It's $5 a month. You get access to private personal videos, as well as any kind of exploit videos that I feel are too risky for the public to know about. So thank you so much for watching. Come back tomorrow for another Elden Ring video. And I didn't mean to record this in display capture, so it might be a little laggy. Hopefully not. Come back tomorrow. I will see you then. Take care. Mwah.